Yo guys, what's going on? This is Josh from Josh Isn't Joshing here. I don't know why I say that, considering I'm the only person on this channel. So, although I will feature other people eventually, just not right now. Um, anyways, today I'm going to be doing a Week 5 picks and talking to preview and spread video. Which is what you're currently watching is a video. If you didn't know that, I don't know if you knew that, but it is a video that you're currently watching. Well, I feel like you'd be listening to it rather than watching it, but that's what I would do. But anyways, I'm gonna skip over Thursday's games because literally nobody cares other than fans of those teams. So Friday, Louisville and North Carolina State. Louisville's currently a 3.5 point favorite. Give me the Louisville Cardinals and give me the points. Now, disclaimer. Just because I say that you should bet on a game doesn't mean you should actually go bet on that game. Don't come back on this video and tell me that I cost you money because you went and bet on a game. It's college football. It's unpredictable. I'm making my predictions and saying what I would do if I was betting. That doesn't mean you should automatically go do it because I'm just an idiot on YouTube recording behind a freaking computer. I'm not a college football expert. I'm not Las Vegas. I don't make the bets and the lines and stuff. So don't blame me if you go lose money. Now, if you're allergic to money, then let's see. Let me find a game. If you're allergic to money, then you should bet on Mississippi State to beat Alabama this week. That's if you're allergic to money, though. That's just, and yes, I stole that line from Uncle Lou. So, but he's right. If you're allergic to money, then bet on Auburn to beat Georgia. I mean, but in fact, if you're that stupid, I want you to go bet on Auburn to beat Georgia or Mississippi State to beat Alabama. But anyways, back to the Louisville North Carolina State game. Yeah, give me Louisville and give me the points. Utah Oregon State. Oregon State's a 3-point favorite. I'm picking Oregon State to win. Give me Oregon State. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would take Oregon. I would probably take Utah on the points. I'm thinking it's going to be a 1 or 2 point game instead of a 3-point game. But yeah, I'm picking Oregon State to win. I'm picking Utah to cover, though. Give me like a 28-27 Oregon State win. Cincinnati BYU. They currently have Cincinnati as a 2-point favorite on the road at BYU. Give me BYU to win outright. So BYU and the points, but I'm picking BYU to win. So yeah. Now on to Saturday. Florida and Kentucky. They currently have Kentucky as a 1-point favorite over Florida. I'm picking Kentucky and I'm taking the points. And I realize I'm not doing much of a preview, but I'm supposed to be previewing these games too. Oh, and I forgot to address the thumbnail and background of the video. So in the left corner, you've got the Frosted Flake Tiger. Tony the Tiger represents Auburn, and then the Bulldog puppy obviously represents Georgia. In the right corner, you have the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies. That represents Notre Dame. And then you have a bottle of Blue Devil head gasket sealant. That represents Notre Dame. Oh, and you got the Mississippi State Bulldog just popping out the bottom of the Blue Devil bottle. So, and then the bottle of Landshark Lager, which I guess is a type of alcohol. Lager. That's a type of alcohol, correct? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's Ole Miss because I mean they're the Rebels, the Land Sharks, the Bears. You've also got Yogi Bear popping out of the corn dog, which represents LSU. Yogi Bear was in the other thumbnail representing Ole Miss. So I'm not sure why he's popping out of the corn dog, but he is. I didn't make the thumbnail, but I love the thumbnail though. And then, of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide on top of the Land Shark, because we just beat Ole Miss, so why not brag a little bit?
I didn't know that.
I mean, you did it, though. So, you're a genius. He knows football, guys, I promise.
I don't.
He doesn't know football. I didn't know that this video is featuring him, so I might have to title featuring my brother in the video. But yeah, back to the picks. I guess I'm making picks and talking about the spread. I'm not even previewing the games because, let's be honest, you're here to hear about what games you should bet on so I can cost you money. Alabama, Mississippi State, that's an 8 p.m. game, which is 7 p.m. here. A little annoying because I do have to work Saturday night, so. But Alabama's currently a 14.5 point favorite over Mississippi State. Mississippi State's just not a good team. Give me Alabama and give me the points. Penn State against Northwestern. Penn State's a 27-point favorite. I'm taking Northwestern and the points. Penn State wins, but I'm going to say they win by I'm going to say like 21 instead of 27. Northwestern's not very good, though, so. USC, Colorado. The Fighting Deons are 21.5 point underdogs to USC. I'm going to say USC wins in like a 56-24 type game. Colorado's going to put up some points, but they're not going to be able to keep up with USC. Give me USC in the points. Texas A&M, Arkansas. Texas A&M is a 6.5 point favorite. Give me Texas A&M. However, I'm going to pick Arkansas to cover. I'm going to say it's a 4-point game, maybe 3 or 4 point game. Texas A&M wins, though. That's my pick. All right, let me find another game that somebody cares about. I don't think many people are going to care about Minnesota and Louisiana Lafayette. However, Minnesota's an 11-point favorite in that game. Give me Louisiana Lafayette in the points. I'm going to say Minnesota wins, but like by 8 or 9. Give me Louisiana Lafayette in the points, by the way. Clemson and Syracuse. Clemson currently 6.5 point favorites on the road. Give me Syracuse in the points. I'm going to say Clemson wins by like 3 or 4 points, maybe. I don't think they're going to win by 6.5 or 7 points. So I'm not picking Clemson to cover. However, I'm picking Clemson to win. UAB taking on Tulane. Tulane 21.5 point favorites. Give me Tulane in the points, to be honest. South Alabama traveling to James Madison. James Madison 3-point favorites over South Alabama. I'm going to pick South Alabama to upset James Madison. And I realize not many people care about these games I'm talking about, but they're teams from the state of Alabama. Let me live a little bit. I'm picking South Alabama outright in the upset. So, yeah, they cover the 3-point spread, but I'm picking South Alabama to win the game. The way they dominated Oklahoma State, you know. All right, I'm going to skip these next couple of games. Virginia and Boston College, a battle of possibly two of the worst teams in the nation in Power 5 football. And it's at 1 o'clock p.m. on the CW network. What was that, Sean, what was that, back on Saturday mornings we used to watch the kids shows on CW. You remember that?
Yeah, it had a couple different names.
What was it called?
CW Kids, The Vortex.
Yeah, Virginia and Boston College on the CW Vortex. Boston College is a 3-point favorite. I'm gonna take Virginia. No, I'm taking Boston College in the points.
You can watch it after you watch Dinosaur King.
Yeah, Dinosaur King, Yu-Gi-Oh. What else was on there?
WWE Saturday Morning Slam.
Yeah. Virginia and Boston College immediately following WWE Saturday Morning Slam. Arizona State, California. California's a 12.5 point favorite at home over Arizona State. Give me Arizona State in the points. I'm going to say Cal wins by like a touchdown or something. Georgia and Auburn. Georgia, a 14.5 point favorite. Give me Georgia in the points. In my SEC group, I predicted Georgia to win. 35-7. I'm going to stick with that prediction. Georgia covers the spread for the first time this year, actually. Which, to be fair, they've been like 40-point favorites in every game other than the South Carolina game. And even in that game, I believe they were like 28-point favorites. So, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of hard to cover the spread when you're always favored by so much. So, I think Georgia covers the spread this week, though. Michigan at Nebraska. Michigan is a 17-point favorite over Nebraska. Give me Michigan and the points. Nebraska is absolutely horrible. Kansas at Texas. Both teams 4-0. Kansas ranked 24th. Texas ranked 3rd. Texas is 16.5-point favorites. While it would look better for, by the way, the Auburn-Georgia game, we got Tony the Tiger taking a shit in the thumbnail, by the way, which is, really, Georgia will be taking the shit all over Auburn, by the way. But back to Kansas and Texas. Texas is a 16.5-point favorite. Give me Kansas to cover. Texas wins, but Texas wins by like maybe 10. Like maybe a 44-34 type game. Yeah, give me Kansas to cover, though. Indiana, Maryland. Maryland 14-point favorites at home. Give me Maryland. Illinois, Purdue. The spread's actually even. So, it's not possible for them to tie. So, I'm going to pick Illinois to win the game. Purdue's not very good. So, I'm picking Illinois. Houston, Texas Tech. Or Georgia Tech, Bowling Green. I don't have to do all these games. Who cares about Georgia Tech and Bowling Green? Houston and Texas Tech. Nobody cares. Baylor, UCF. Maybe they care. UCF 11.5-point favorites. Give me UCF and the points. Missouri, Vanderbilt. Missouri currently 13.5-point favorites over Vanderbilt. Give me Missouri and the points. I picked Missouri to win 28-13. So, yeah, give me Missouri and the points. LSU Ole Miss, which is one of the games in the thumbnail. Yeah, LSU 2.5-point favorites over Ole Miss. Give me LSU and the points easily. I picked LSU to win 48-21. I don't think this game is going to be particularly close. Oregon at Stanford. Oregon 27-point favorites. I'm going to pick Stanford to cover. I don't think Oregon's quite going to win by 27. I think they win by 24, 25 maybe, but not 27. So I'm actually picking Stanford to cover. Oklahoma, Iowa State. Oklahoma's a 20-point favorite over Iowa State. I guess give me Oklahoma and the points. Iowa State's not very good, and it's at Oklahoma, so. Troy, Georgia State. Let's go, baby. Another team from the state of Alabama. Georgia State, a 1-point favorite over Troy. Unfortunately, I got to go with Georgia State to cover. Georgia State's, like I said earlier, or in the last video, they're a really good Group of 5 team. Wait, who the heck is Utah Tech? I have never heard of Utah Tech in my life. I didn't even know there was a Utah Tech. They're playing Colorado State. Give me Utah Tech for the upset. Notre Dame and Duke. Notre Dame currently a 6-point favorite over Duke. I'm taking Duke to cover, but I think Notre Dame wins. I think it's going to be a field goal game. Notre Dame wins by a field goal over Duke. South Carolina, Tennessee. Tennessee an 11.5-point favorite over South Carolina. I'm taking South Carolina to cover. I'm taking Tennessee to win, but South Carolina to cover. Michigan State, Iowa. Iowa's a 12.5-point favorite over Michigan State. I'm not sure Iowa can score 12 points in a game. Actually, they've scored 40 points in the game this year once. Give me Iowa to win, but Iowa wins by 3. Let me say a 6-3 ball game. Iowa wins. Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, two of the worst teams in the ACC is pretty bad overall, but Pitt's a 2.5-point favorite. Give me Pitt to win and cover. West Virginia, TCU. West Virginia a 12 and No, TCU a 12.5 point favorite over West Virginia. I'm taking West Virginia in the upset. Like I said, I'm behind West Virginia because of Golden Blue Dude, so maybe it's my heart talking. I'm taking West Virginia to upset. They cover and they upset TCU. Washington, Arizona. Of course, Washington, if you didn't see my last video, I would put Washington as my second best team in the nation right now behind Georgia. They're currently 18-point favorites on the road over Arizona. Give me Washington to cover easily. And then Fresno State, the number 25 team in the nation, taking on Nevada at home. They're 24.5-point favorites. Give me Fresno State to win and cover. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I didn't do a good job of previewing the games, but let's be honest, you're not here for the previews. You're here for the picks. And yes, I am serious. I really do. I really am going to pick Utah Tech to beat Colorado State for some reason. I don't know why. I wouldn't bet on that game, and there's not even a spread on that game. It's just trash talk, let's be honest. Colorado State's pretty bad, so. And I didn't even know Utah Tech was a thing. So I'm actually going to look at, let's go check out Utah Tech real quick. This is the content you came for, right? Yeah, Utah Tech lost 63-20 to Montana State. 43-13 to Utah Tech. They beat, or 43-13 to Montana. They beat Northern Arizona 50-36, and they lost 59-14 to Utah Tech, or Missouri State. They are Utah Tech. You know what? Just give me Colorado State to win the game. I know that's boring. No, Utah Tech upsets Colorado State. Now, if there's any Colorado State fans watching, you guys can come back and roast me if you guys win. But yeah, just give me Utah Tech. But anyways, that's definitely the content you guys came for. Looking at Utah Tech and their schedule so far. But thank you guys for watching. And with that being said, Josh isn't joshing out. Peace out, everybody.